Hey everyone, this is Clarinetgamer here, and I am back once again with Let's Play Crash Bandicoot the Wrath of Cortex, and this is the 4th session of the Let's Play. And the last time I was here I managed to get a good amount of progress done in the game. I managed to beat Pyro and completed the 4th warp room, well with some struggles anyway. And as you can see here, I've completed the first 2 levels of warp room 5, Crash and Burn and Gold Rush. So now I'm going to be going into level 23, Medieval Madness. Now this level is very, well, it's got the same gameplay as, now as you can see, yeah, I tried to record this before, but my family came around earlier today for a surprise visit, so I was in the middle of recording it, but I stopped anyway just to see my family, so it was that. That's why you won't see the cutscenes, but basically Cortex came up and said, "Bring it, you brent-dead Bandicoot." I don't know if that was a really good impression of Cortex, but anyway, this is Medieval Madness. Now, I'll try not to say this is medieval Sparta. I mean, of course it isn't, but I always like to think of that word, this is Sparta, whenever I think this is madness. But, excuse me if I keep clearing my throat, I've not got a cold or anything, it's just, I always keep doing that whenever, even after drinking some water, I have to keep clearing my throat on occasions. I have no idea why, but yeah, the gameplay for this level is, well, exactly the same as Bamboozled and Eskimo Roll, except it's in the medieval environment, instead of a jungle environment or a snowy environment. And the music here is only on the PlayStation 2 version, in case any of you didn't know that. And the reason why it's only exclusive to PS2 is because, well, the Xbox and the GameCube are the only other platforms that don't have this music. Which is a pity, because anybody who, sorry, I just had to take a look at that in case it was a box, but anybody who had like an original Xbox or GameCube who had this game wouldn't have been able to hear this music compared to the PlayStation 2 version. And something interesting I've learned today about this game as well, and I'm going to talk about it when I try to go through this level, is that Traveller's Tales, the developers of this game, their original plans for this game were to make it like a 3D roaming platforming game, kind of like Crash to Insanity, and they never managed to do that because, well, they really wanted to make it 3D free roaming, but they never had the opportunity to do so because, well, their original deal was with Vivendi, well, as they're now called nowadays, Universal Interactive, and things were all going well in the early development stages, but unfortunately Sony and Universal had a falling out. Over what reason that was, I don't know why Sony and Universal had a falling out during the development stage of Wrath of Cortex, but they had a falling out, and it was unfortunate that they did have a falling out because, well, if they didn't, then the 3D roaming platforming game could have actually come true. It could have come to life. Well, not come to life, but you know what I mean, like it would happen instead of this. Okay, I was just checking to make sure there wasn't any boxes I was missing there. And it could have been good to see a 3D roaming platforming game like, well, Crash to Insanity, like, well, Wrath of Cortex, like similar to Insanity, but it was unfortunate, due to the unfortunate circumstances that happened between Sony and Universal, that the game never took place. Well, the original plan never took place. So basically what happened was Traveller's Tales had to start from scratch with the old style gameplay in mind and I just hit a nitro. That was my bad. I got a bit of a fright there when I hit it, but but it doesn't matter, it gives me another opportunity to look for a missing box that was on the top bit. Okay, just take my time here. Yeah, there's a couple of boxes there. I just want to go back here. Hopefully I don't hit another nitro. There we go. Didn't hit another one. Okay, there wasn't another box there, right, so let's go back. But yeah, now the amount of time that they had to develop this wasn't very long. They only had 12 months to develop this game, which was quite short, I think, in terms of development time. Now you would think a year would be more than enough to develop a game, but believe me, it's not. Okay, checkpoint. Okay, so let's go down here, see if there's any boxes I missed down here. I bet you that checkpoint was the one. Yeah, I missed one box on my first attempt on this level, and I can guarantee you right now, I bet you that checkpoint was the box that I missed because I didn't go up. Okay, right, no boxes down here, so let's go all the way back up. But I'll give Traveller's Tales credit for what it's worth, because like, even though this game isn't the best, it's still pretty decent for what it's worth, in my eyes anyway. I know there's a lot of people that really don't like this game, which I understand, but you've got to give Traveller's Tales credit for the amount of time they've had to develop this game. It may have been a year, but still though, if they had more time arguably to develop this game, I think it could have been a lot better, if you ask me anyway. Right, oh, right, be careful of those nitros. And Tiny's back here again. Hopefully I'll get past him. No, no, no. Come on, Tiny, stop blocking my road. Right, that was close. I had to do that last time as well. Tiny can be a bit of a nuisance there as well. He can actually be pretty smart there, even though he really isn't, as you all know. Tiny may have the muscles, but he doesn't have the brains. And he has a tiny brain as well. Bit of a pun I made right there. Right, I should be good. I think that checkpoint was the only box I missed in that level. At least if I remember rightly. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Oh no no! Oh, Dingo Dow. That was a trap. It's a trap! Dingo Dow killed me. Yeah, a bit of a Star Wars reference right there. And speaking of which, I'm actually going to be recording that, like a Star Wars game like after this. And you may be wondering what Star Wars game is it going to be? Well, it's none other than, well, and this game was actually developed by... Oh, wait a minute, did I... Yeah, I've got to go back. I missed those boxes down there. So luckily I took a shortcut there instead of going all the way back. I wish I had gotten that checkpoint after I had gotten those boxes, but it doesn't matter now, as long as I don't die, and that's fine. Just keep going along the side here, just to make sure I don't bump into any nitros. Oh, didn't really see there for a second. Be careful. But I'll give Traveller's Tales like credit for, like I said before, I'll give him credit for like Tiny nearly knocked me off the edge there. Thank goodness he didn't. Just gotta be extremely careful not to die here. Okay, wait, there we are. Good. See, entropy is very easy to avoid. Dingo Dow can be a bit of a pain in this because of the fire that he spreads on the stage. Okay, I think it's this way I've got to go. As long as I keep following the trail of Wumper Fruit, then I'll be fine. But I'm not sure, like, I'm not sure if any of you have heard about that information about how Traveller's Tales only had like a year to develop this game. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on this, but... Okay, wait a minute, have I gone the right... Nah, I've gone the wrong way. Gonna have to go back. I guess this way I've got to go. Yeah, it is this way. Because the crystal's right there. Okay, good. Didn't fall into the water. That would have been a real worry if I had fallen into the water there. Okay, good, get that one. And now let's go this way. I'm pretty sure I've gotten all the boxes now. Hopefully. I'm hoping anyway. 64. Yes, that's all the boxes. Yeah, that checkpoint was the only box I was missing. It's very rare for me to like ever miss checkpoints, but I've now gotten the gem. So crystal and gem are collected. But yeah, I'll give like Traveller's Tales credit for what they've done there. I'm not sure, like, now that all of you have learned about this information, I'm not sure many of you might change your opinions. I mean, I'm not meaning to like ask you to change your opinions. I just thought I'd put that fact out there just as a matter of interest, because I mean, it gives me, it gives me more respect to Traveller's Tales, saying like, okay, they actually wanted to do something different, but because of the unfortunate circumstances that happened between Universal and Sony, that had to be put to an end, because it was probably in that contract that they had with Universal and Sony, and that was null and void because of the arguments that they had between each other. Over what reason, I don't know, but I'll give Traveller's Tales credit because they actually wanted to do something different with the Crash series, but again, unfortunate circumstances prevented that from happening. So anyway, here's level 24, Crate Balls of Fire. And yes, I never used the Fruit Bazooka. I had never used that in the previous levels, so I will be doing that more often from now on. And hopefully I don't smash into these nitros. There we are. And hopefully I take out this enemy. And I missed him just. Okay, I'll be sure to get him on the way back. Okay, take you out. There we are. Yeah, I can assure you the relic challenges are going to be a massive pain. Massive pain in the ass, if you ask me. Yeah, it's very easy to hear me say that word, but I'm just going to now because, I mean, I'm just going to say that word. I mean, it's just a massive pain in the ass. I mean, the time trials. So anyway, let's just drop down now. There we are. Okay, good. Managed to get that on time. Now this level, I think you go back to using the mech suit once again, which is, it's okay, I think. Okay, so bonus round time. Now I get the opportunity to use the bazooka here to destroy these nitros. Even though I missed all that Wumpa Fruit, it doesn't really matter. And just try and get all these boxes if I can. But I can understand why people might not like this game, but for anybody who's watching this who might not like Graphic Cortex, now that if you didn't know about this information about Traveller's Tales, wanting to do something different with the Crash series, well there you go, now you can keep that in mind. Or you might even change your opinion about Graphic Cortex. Well, maybe not change your opinion about it, at the end of the day the game is still the same game, but changing your opinion on Traveller's Tales, of wanting to actually do something different with the Crash series. That's what I thought at first. I thought to myself, nah, surely they didn't want to, like, they didn't want to keep the same formula from the previous Crash games that the Naughty Dog had. But I'm glad they actually chose a different route with the Crash Bandicoot series. I'm glad they went down a different road in terms of, like, all different ideas. Okay, good. I'm not sure why there's random flashing disco lights in the space station. I'm wondering if Cortex is a huge fan of disco music. Instead of Disco Stew, it's Disco Cortex. Yeah, this is kind of a Simpsons reference I made there. Okay, I'm not sure why this enemy isn't being destroyed. I maybe need to get in a different position. There we are. The enemy just destroyed. Oh no, I just lost my mask. And I regained it again. Yeah, now here's a unique chase sequence here. You get chased by this explosion. I'm not sure what caused the explosion. That's probably why it's called Crate Balls of Fire, but oh no. Better just keep running. Just keep doing tiny jumps to avoid the explosions. And watch out for those nitros. But again, Konami, because like, I'm not sure why, but maybe Konami could have said to Traveller's Tales, like, this game really needs polishing up. But because I don't know the full story behind the development stages of this game, but if only Konami had said to, well, Universal that, okay, these guys need more time, because I think potentially they could make another great Crash game if they were given more time. I'm not saying this game isn't bad. It's definitely good, but it could have been better. That's just my opinion of it anyway. And I've already done a review of it, but that was an old review back then. But mind you, now that I'm doing the Let's Play this, it kind of makes me look at the game from another perspective again, since I hadn't played it in ages. It gives me another look at the game at a different perspective, to think to myself, okay, maybe that was my thoughts back then, but my thoughts could very well have changed after doing the Let's Play of this. Jump. And there we are, got the crystal. But yeah, I can understand why people might not like this game, but again, I can see that some people I've seen have like severely like slandered the game. Like they've severely like, and I just died. Okay. They've severely like, some people have like, you know, like really been very harsh on the game, and I'm not sure why. Because I mean, the only game I think this should be severely slandered on is Crash Boom Bang. There's no question about that, because Crash Boom Bang is the worst Crash Bandicoot game I've ever played. I mean, there's no question about it. The minigames in that game are just so absurd. Like, the controls are just awful as well. And thank goodness it was a DS exclusive, and that's not me taking a shot on the Nintendo DS. No way. I'm not taking a shot at the DS at all. Hopefully I don't fall here as well. Just keep going, taking my time. I'm pretty sure there were only... Yep, that's it. And get the gem. And Crate Balls of Fire is over, for now, because I've got to get the relic. And the final level's coming up. I'm pretty confident I'll be done with the final boss as well, so... Crunch time, well it's not lunchtime over here obviously, since I'm not recording it at 12 PM. Yeah, it was kind of a funny thing I tried to say there. Lunchtime, crunch time. Crunch your lunch down. Nah. Alright then, so... Cortex Vortex. Alright, now I think I've got to go on the gem path here on this. I'm not sure what colour gem it was, I think it was green.
Crash, you've been a naughty boy, but now that's going to end.
A naughty boy. Is that really the best response you can come back with, Cortex? Really? A naughty boy? You mean a naughty Bandicoot or a naughty dog? A Naughty Dog reference, yeah, of course. I had to make that, but... Anyway, here comes the final level, which is Cortex Vortex. Now, this level is, well, it's definitely fortified, let's just say. And I fell into a hole. That's just very humiliating. Don't know why I did that, I just double jumped right into the hole. I said it's very fortified, I didn't fall into the traps, and I fell in the hole. So like, it's got a lot of laser gates here. It's pretty awkward at this bit, I don't know why, but... Okay, hopefully I can get these boxes without detonating the nitro. There we are. Or alternatively, I could have just used my fruit bazooka to take out the nitro, but I wanted to get the contents inside the boxes. Alright, let's just wait for this laser gate to go down. There we are. Get the Aku mask, because I definitely need it for this level. This level is pretty difficult, especially the death path. Well, not death path, but gem path. Whoa, what? I just blasted them all the way off. And yes, in case you couldn't tell, that enemy was from... It's kind of a reference to Crash Bandicoot 2, the space station levels from Crash Bandicoot 2, the guys with the shield, the scientists with the shield. I'll just detonate this TNT. In fact, actually no, to be on the safe side I'm going to detonate these nitros. And you may have your shield, but I've got my bazooka. Bazooka wins. There we are. Yeah, and sometimes my commentary might end up being inadvertently out of sync. And I apologise for that. It's because, well, sometimes I'm hearing the sound on my headphones, and it's... That's the second time I've fallen down the hole, but never mind. I've got on the checkpoint, so that's good. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, though. Don't know why I end up slipping off the platforms. Okay, just body slam that, and... I was trying to think of things to talk about in this part, like other things except the actual game itself, because I like to make a variety of topics in the Let's Play, or talk about a variety of things in the Let's Play. There we are. Oh yeah, I just had to do a tiny jump there to get across. I'm very thankful I still have 99 lives in this. I actually never thought I'd get 99 lives by level 25. Okay, just take my time, just don't rush into the traps. There we are. Okay, just avoid it. Good, that's where the double jump comes in handy, folks.